What's going on, guys? Back again with another video. Today we're going to actually assemble the front suspension for the Miata. I'm going to be starting with cleaning up the coilovers that I pulled out of the front. I already went ahead and pressure washed the rear ones, so I'm going to go ahead and pressure wash these guys next. Yesterday, which was Tuesday for you guys, I finished putting together alignment boxes. Kind of see how they turned out a little bit better of late. Essentially just two 2x6s stacked together with a big old 3/4 inch, I think, piece of plywood on top, and some 2x2s to keep them all aligned. And yeah, they went together pretty smoothly. We got the ball joint pushed into place using a vise yesterday. You can use a vise, take your time, make sure it goes in 100% straight and you'll be a-okay for those. Like I said, I'm gonna start with washing the front coilovers off. I've already washed the rears. I didn't have the fronts out at the time when I washed them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick and we will... Okay guys, so we got all the coilovers all cleaned up. Kind of, I did these last week, but I didn't realize I missed a spot and then I put the thing away and I was like, too lazy to pull it back out to clean them. So, good enough. So they're all clean-ish, kinda. I won't get as dirty putting them back together. So next up, I'm gonna start with pressing in all of these polyurethane bushings. So pretty much how these work is there's essentially two pieces to a side. So like if this is one half and this is your other half, they go into your arm. And so like your arm would be like right here. Slide one side in and then slide the other in. And you press them together, but you want to make sure you lube up the outsides and the insides of these really good. Because these things are known to squeak after a while of not using. Now I know that there's like kits that you can convert this so you can put like grease fittings so you can lube them up as you go. But the nice thing is these aren't super hard to get in and out. So that's a super big bonus, and they're cheap and they're harder rubber, or they're harder than rubber. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, or the links to where you can get these, down in the description down below. Or while you check that one out, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. It helps the channel out a ton, and I super appreciate it. It keeps me motivated. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start looping them up and putting them in. But when you get these nice little instructions right here, and they kind of show you where all the bushings go in and out. So it's pretty straightforward and super easy, actually. We're gonna get started on that one. Okay, so you got your ball joint installed. There is a snap ring that goes around the very bottom collar, and then next up you're gonna install this boot. Now these are kind of difficult to get on. There is like a little groove for it to rest into that you basically just have to get it over. And I took a 32mm socket and kind of just shoved it on there and just kind of tapped it around, working my way around it after squashing the head on this, because it kind of helps a little bit if you squash the head. And then you can kind of just get in there with a hammer and
This is a Ryan Little production.
I took a worm gear clamp, like one of these little guys, because I don't have like a pipe or anything that fits over this whole thing. The easiest way to do it is like put this over the top of it so it's just on the rubber that's kind of over the edge. It's supposed to slip over the sleeve. And then take a screwdriver or something and kind of stick it in the back and shove one side down as far as you can, and then take your hammer and actually hit on the part that you twist down. You might sacrifice a worm gear clamp for this, but it's like the easiest method that I've seen. And then once that's done, the only thing you really have to do is put your Zert fitting in and install it in your car and pump a little grease in here. So, little Zert fitting. You don't need to crank these down too much because it is a very little bolt. And take your grease gun, stick it on there. Okay, Next step is going to be installing your bushings. So when you do your bushing kit, you get some grease, and I'm going to throw on some gloves because it's a little sticky, this grease is. And we're going to lube up the outside and then press this in, and then we're going to lube up the sleeve, and then we're going to press the sleeve inside all of it. So that's how you install your bushings and your control arms. I'm going to go ahead and finish out the rest of these off camera because there's no reason for you guys to watch me press in a bunch more bushings. They're really simple. If you were going to do this, it would probably take you like a day or two to do your entire suspension. If you weren't painting them and swapping ball joints like I did. Otherwise this would go a lot faster. So yeah, I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera. Okay guys, we left off. I went ahead and pressed the bushings into the A-arms and whatnot. And anyway, so I've already gone ahead and put the passenger side of the car back together. We got all the suspension back in, you can kind of see it in there. And I put the coilovers on for both the front and rear for the passenger side. So I just have these two right here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the back together really quickly because it's just the coilover that needs to go back in. And then I'm going to go ahead and move up front and tackle that job. And then once that's done, we can throw this thing on the alignment blocks and actually give it a quick alignment. Super psyched. When you put your coilovers in, don't forget to put your little plastic gasket type thing back on. That helps to prevent the metal squeaking together. Okay, so the rear is all back together. Super dope. Yeah, someday we'll make these gold and shiny like the front, but today's not that day. They already have the poly bushings in them, so I have no real need to pull them out. Anyway, onto the front.
This is a Miata production.
Okay guys, we failed. This lower ball joint is completely shot. I think I'm gonna have to probably order a new one, unfortunately. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and order extended lower ball joints, which is part of an angle kit because I can't see buying it twice. So what's going on in here is, here's the ball joint, and essentially it's just spinning in there. And I've tried all the tricks of like wedging a pry bar in there and whatnot, and it's just not working for me, and the boot's split and it's splooging grease everywhere. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble it, cut my losses here, and just order a new one. So whenever that gets here, we'll make a new video on that. In the meantime, that's gonna be it for today. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any pointers to fixing this issue down below in the comments. It'd be super appreciated, because maybe you guys have a technique that I don't know of. If not, oh well, that's it for this time. Peace.